Welcome to a journey through one of the most compelling books ever written on human relationships. We're talking about How to Win Friends and Influence People, a timeless masterpiece penned by Dale Carnegie. Even in today's fast-paced digital age, Carnegie's principles hold their ground, offering priceless insights into managing relationships and influencing people. Our purpose today? To distill this classic into a condensed summary, highlighting its timeless principles. Now, without further delay, let's delve into the wisdom of Dale Carnegie. The first part of Carnegie's book revolves around the fundamental techniques in handling people. Dale Carnegie presents three fundamental principles that form the bedrock of successful human interactions. Let's delve into these principles. First up, we have the principle of avoiding criticism. Carnegie was of the belief that criticism is futile because it puts a person on the defensive and usually makes him strive to justify himself. It's more effective to show understanding and empathy. Next, we have the principle of giving honest and sincere appreciation. This isn't about empty flattery, but about acknowledging the good in people. We all crave appreciation and acknowledgement, and when we receive it honestly and sincerely, it creates a positive connection. Finally, we have the principle of arousing in the other person an eager want. This principle is about understanding the needs and wants of others and then aligning your desires with theirs. It's about appeal and persuasion, not coercion. To illustrate, imagine you're trying to convince a friend to join you in a new business venture. Instead of criticizing their current job, you express genuine appreciation for their skills and how they could be valuable to your venture. Then you highlight the benefits they could gain, arousing an eager want within them. These principles are not just tactics to win people over. They're about understanding, empathy, and creating genuine relationships. They're about seeing things from the other person's perspective and finding common ground. Remember, it's not just about winning people over, but about creating genuine relationships. Moving on, Carnegie presents 6 ways to make people like you. These principles are not about manipulation, but rather about connecting with others on a deeper level, showing genuine interest, and building lasting relationships. Firstly, Carnegie advocates for showing genuine interest in others. He believed that you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming genuinely interested in them than you can in 2 years by trying to get them interested in you. So, it's not about what you're saying, it's about listening to what they're saying, showing genuine curiosity and engaging with their interests. Secondly, he emphasizes the importance of smiling. A warm smile can break ice, create bonds, and spread positivity. It's a simple act that can have a profound impact on how people perceive you. After all, a smile is a universal sign of friendliness. Thirdly, Carnegie highlights the significance of remembering names. A person's name is, to that person, the sweetest and most important sound in any language. It is a direct representation of their identity. By remembering and using their name, you show respect and consideration. Fourthly, he encourages us to be good listeners. People want to feel heard and understood. By being an attentive listener, you're making the other person feel important and valued. The fifth principle is to talk in terms of the other person's interests. It's about shifting the conversation from your interests to theirs. By doing so, you're acknowledging their value and creating a connection based on mutual understanding. Lastly, Carnegie advises us to make the other person feel important. When you make someone feel important, you're giving them a sense of self-worth and validation. It's a powerful way to build a positive relationship. Carnegie's techniques are simple yet profound, and they can transform your social interactions. They may seem straightforward, but they require practice and sincerity. They're not just about making people like you, but about building meaningful relationships and creating positive impact in others' lives. Next, Carnegie shares his secrets on winning people to your way of thinking. This isn't about manipulation, but rather it's about fostering understanding, respect, and appreciation for others' perspectives. Let's dive into this fascinating chapter of human relations. Firstly, it's crucial to avoid arguments. Arguments are like fire. They might provide light, but they also produce heat. They can quickly escalate, leading to resentment and a breakdown of communication. Instead, seek to understand the other person's viewpoint. Engage in conversations, not confrontations. Secondly, Carnegie highlights the importance of showing respect for others' opinions. Even if you disagree, never say you're wrong. Instead, try phrases like, "I understand where you're coming from, but have you considered this?" This approach fosters a more open and constructive dialogue. Thirdly, if you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. This principle might be difficult to embrace, but it's a powerful tool in winning people over. Owning up to your mistakes shows humility and earns respect. Remember, people appreciate honesty. Next, begin in a friendly way. If you aim to change someone's mind, starting with criticism or accusations will only make the person defensive. Instead, start with sincere compliments or appreciation. This approach will make the person more receptive to your ideas. Lastly, let the other person feel that the idea is his or hers. People inherently value their own ideas, so if you can guide someone to your way of thinking subtly, they'll be more likely to embrace it. This isn't about deceiving, but providing the space for the person to reach the conclusion independently. Each of these principles is a tool, a method to navigate the complex world of human interaction. They're not shortcuts or tricks, but guidelines based on respect, understanding, and genuine interest in others. When applied sincerely, they can lead to meaningful connections and mutual understanding. These principles are not about manipulation, but about understanding, respecting, and valuing others' perspectives. Finally, Carnegie provides guidance on how to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. A cornerstone of this approach is the subtle art of calling attention to people's mistakes indirectly. It's about guiding them to see their own errors rather than pointing fingers. Think of it as leading a horse to water rather than forcing it to drink. Another principle Carnegie emphasizes is the importance of praising every improvement, no matter how small. Remember, even the smallest steps forward are still progress. This principle is all about focusing on the positive. It's about celebrating every victory and every improvement, which can create a positive feedback loop that encourages continued progress. Lastly, but certainly not least, is the principle of making the other person happy about doing what you suggest. It's not about manipulation, but about finding mutual benefits, creating win-win situations. If you can help someone see the value in what you're suggesting and how it benefits them, they're far more likely to be on board. Each of these principles, when applied correctly, can lead to effective and positive change. They allow you to influence others without causing offense or resentment. But remember, they must be applied with sincerity and genuine respect for the other person. Carnegie's principles, when applied with sincerity, can foster positive change and mutual respect. As we wrap up, let's revisit the key takeaways from Carnegie's book. First, understand the fundamentals of handling people. Second, master the 6 ways to make people like you. Third, learn how to win people to your way of thinking. And finally, grasp how to change people without causing offense or resentment. These principles are the cornerstones of effective and respectful human relationships. Remember, Carnegie's wisdom is not about winning people over, but about fostering genuine relationships and mutual respect.